Hello and welcome to Frontrunner Motorsport. Over the last couple of months we have seen the start of the WRC, IMSA, WEC, NASCAR, Formula Regional in New Zealand and the Middle East, amongst others, and in just over a week's time we have the start of Formula 1, Formula 2, Formula 3 and the F1 Academy. But this weekend is a little quiet, but we do have the start of another racing series for 2025. Super Formula is back, with the first race of the year from Suzuka. The stars of Japan are getting ready to do battle once again, but can anyone beat last year's champion Sho Suboi? He had a mega 2024 with the Super Formula and Super GT championships. We have new challengers for the title in what is sure to be an exciting 2025 Super Formula season. So let's take a look at every team and driver so far announced. So subscribe right now and let's jump into the video. Triple Tree Racing. A new team for 2025, the Triple Tree Racing team has been set up by former Formula 1 driver Hideki Noda for his daughter Juju Noda to continue her career in Super Formula. She did well in 2024. By the end of the year, she had moved closer to the cars in front. If she can continue to move forward and with a team new to Super Formula, it will be difficult, so a whole new set of challenges await the Noda family. Free Bond Racing. For the rest of the field, we start with the team that finished last in 2024 and work our way forward, and the team that finished last in 2024 was Free Bond Racing. Atsushi Miyake is once again the sole driver for this team. He scored no points in 2024 with a couple of 14th place finishes, his season's best. Miyake did a lot better in his debut season with Team Go, even getting on the podium at one race, so methinks it might be the team. Points and not finishing last are the only goals for this team in 2025. Docomo Business Rookie. And the other team that scored no points was the Docomo Business Rookie team, with Kazuya Ashima driving. This will be Ashima's 6th season with the rookie team, the only driver once again, and apart from a half-decent 2023, he has never done that much for rookie. He is a former race winner all the way back in 2010. This is his 13th full Super Formula season, and in total, he has scored less points than Sho Suboi managed in 2024. I have to imagine he is nearing the end of his career, now that he is 37, but for 2025, he is one of the most experienced drivers in the field. Doesn't mean he's going to have a better year than last year. Sanai Gen with B-Max ran a single car for Ayori Kimura in 2024 and he scored just 3 points all year. Kimura is gone and has been replaced by Seun Koide, last year's Super Formula Lights champion and a former Japanese F4 champion. This will be his Super Formula debut, and while successful in the Japanese junior formulas, that's no guarantee of success in the big leagues. B-Max have never been a big team in Super Formula, so if Seun Koide does well, it will be a stepping stone to a bigger team. If he doesn't, well, he might end up joining Ayori Kimura in the Super Taikyu series. KDDI, TGMGP, TGR, DC. It's Team Go. It's just Team Go. Ridiculous name aside, the Le Mans winning team that gave Alex Palou his start in IndyCar has only ever won once in Super Formula and has never finished higher than 7th in the team's championship. This is their 5th year in the series, and after finishing 9th overall in the team's championship last year with Juju Noda, Nobuharu Matsushita and Hiroki Otsu no longer at the team after only Matsushita scored points at the first race of 2024. 2 new drivers then for 2025. Kazuto Kotaka was the 2022 Super Lights champion, but has not yet been able to convert that form to a successful Super Formula career after 2 difficult years with Kondo Racing. And Hibiki Taira was a Japanese Formula 4 champion and runner-up in the Super Lights a couple of years ago. He made his Super Formula debut last year, doing 4 races for Team Impel, and he did score points. On the face of it, 2 drivers who have struggled to prove themselves racing for a team that doesn't score a lot of points. It has disaster written all over it, but they could pull a surprise in 2025. Team Impel. The once great Team Impel have slipped down the field in recent years, and 2025 has already gotten off to a bad start. The ex-Formula 3 and World Endurance driver Oliver Rasmussen was set to debut in the series, but he has crashed in practice and will not be able to compete at Suzuka. His replacement for at least Suzuka is Saito Nanaka. He finished 3rd in Formula Regional Japan last year and was already penciled in as Kamui Kobayashi's replacement at KTMG when Super Formula clashes with the World Endurance Championship. He's stepping up on short notice, but a good performance might put him in the frame for a permanent seat. The other uninjured Impel driver is Mitsunori Takaboshi, a regular in Super GT but has only made 2 appearances previously in Super Formula, the last of which was with Team Impel in 2021, but the 32-year-old is an experienced driver. A lot is riding on him to lead this young team of inexperienced drivers. Ing. The same lineup for the second year in a row, Toshiki Oyu and Senna Sakaguchi were stuck in the midfield in 2024. Senna Sakaguchi is entering the 5th season with Ing, and he hasn't been on the podium since his debut year of 2021. 2024 wasn't terrible. He was a regular in the top 10, but had a poor run mid-season. He continues without form. He could be due a good year. Toshiki Oyu has finished in the top 10 of the championship in all of his 5 seasons he has raced in Super Formula, but the last 2 he has finished 9th, and could be about to drop out of the top 10 for the first time. That being said, he usually puts in 1 or 2 top-class performances, including a second place at Fuji last year. Ing are the definition of a midfield team, but they could pull off an upset or 2 during the season. Kondo Racing. Kenta Yamashita is about to start his 9th season of Super Formula with Kondo Racing. 2024 was one of his best seasons, definitely his highest points scored and most consistent. He has won a single race for Kondo, and is usually a solid driver. If he scores good points, then Kondo usually do okay. Joining him for 2025 is a bit of a wild card. Zach O'Sullivan moves over from Formula 2, something that has done wonders for the likes of Liam Lawson and Ayumu Iwasa, but not so much for Teo Pucher and Giuliano Alesi. Zach O'Sullivan has come from ART in Formula 2 after a single season with 2 wins. No longer part of the Williams Academy, he's looking to restart his career in Japan, in much the same way Dennis Hauger is in America. He's a good driver, but this is a new challenge for him, and it depends on how quickly he can adapt. Nakajima Racing. About 5 years ago, Igor Fraga stomped a victory in the Toyota Racing Series and the New Zealand Grand Prix, and it seemed like he had the world at his fingertips. Then he had a poor season in Formula 3, disappeared for a few years, and resurfaced in Japan. Now he is making his Super Formula debut, replacing the legendary Naoki Yamamoto at Nakajima Racing. Big shoes to fill, but Igor Fraga is one of the great lost talents of the last 5 years. I always thought he was capable of more than he accomplished, and we are going to get a good sense of his future after 2025. Ren Sato is back for a 3rd season with Nakajima. He's not been able to accomplish much, but there have been good performances from him and some bad luck. I think he'll have his best season yet. Nakajima haven't won anything since Loic Duval led them to drivers and team glory in 2009, but they usually take the odd race win here or there, and I think 2025 will be the year of a resurgence for the formerly great Nakajima Racing. Kidscom Team KCMG. Retained the drivers from the last couple of years, and that's not a surprise because 2024 was their best ever season in the top level of Japanese single-seaters. Both Kamui Kobayashi and Nerei Fakuzumi got podiums in 2024 and scored points at most races. Nerei Fakuzumi was runner-up back in 2021, but 2024 was his 2nd best season of his time in Super Formula, and the next step is to take his first win since that 2021 campaign. Kamui Kobayashi is also competing in the World Endurance, and so will miss the Motegi round with Saito Nanaka stepping in. Kobayashi has never won in Super Formula and has only finished in the top 10 of the championship twice in his 10 seasons. KCMG will be the team to watch. They are on an upwards trajectory, and I even think Fakuzumi will be a title contender in 2025. Vantolin Team Toms. Despite winning the last 2 drivers' titles, Toms haven't won the team's title since 2020 when Nick Cassidy was their top finisher in 4th. Last year, that was because Ukyo Sasahara scored no points, whilst teammate Sho Suboi won the championship with 3 wins. Sasahara is gone and replaced by the returning Sasha Fenestraz. The 2022 Super Formula runner-up is back after a couple of mediocre seasons in Formula E with Nissan. Sho Suboi is obviously back again trying to retain his title. He dominated the series, beating double champion Tomoki Nojiri by over 30 points, a big amount in Super Formula. Team Toms are always strong, and with the reigning champion, they should be again maybe a title threat if Sasha Fenestraz can get straight back into the swing of things. Team Mugen. No changes at Team Mugen. Tomoki Nojiri is the double champion, who has been in the top 3 spots in the championship for the last 4 years, and is one of the top drivers in the series. Ayumu Iwasa debuted in Super Formula last year and finished 2nd 3 times. Hopefully he gets that first win in 2025. But he was really good in his first year, and he is still a V-Carb Formula 1 reserve driver. Formula 1 is still a possibility for him. Tomoki Nojiri has 13 wins and 2 titles. Ayumu Iwasa is a great young talent. Team Mugen have won 4 drivers and 2 teams titles. They will obviously still be a threat in 2025. Team Dandelion Racing. They won their first team's championship since 2019, so of course they have kept Tadasuki Makino and Kakanushin Ota for another year. Both were title contenders in 2024, and that might be the biggest problem Dandelion have to face this year. Both are equally good, and as long as we don't trip over each other, I'm sure both drivers will produce another strong championship finish for themselves and Dandelion. Makino took his first wins after 6 seasons in Super Formula in 2024, and that was by far his best season, whilst Ota is only on his 3rd season but already looks like an absolute star. Dandelion could win the team championship again, but the driver's title will depend on if one of their drivers can rise above the other, and it could be very tight. So that is every team and driver announced so far for the 2025 Super Formula Championship. It is going to be a tight year, with plenty of talented drivers all capable of taking wins and fighting for the championship. My prediction is going to be tough to pick a winner. Tomoki Nojiri may find himself falling behind some of the young challengers, and I think we will eventually see a title fight between Sho Suboi, Kakinouchi Ota and Ayumu Iwaza, with Sho Suboi coming out on top for the 2nd year in a row. But I can see drivers like Tadasuke Makino and Narei Fakazumi being around and about the top places as well, and maybe even Ren Sato. As for the foreign debutants coming in, hard to say. Zach O'Sullivan is a good driver, but may need at least a year to get used to the car and learn the tracks. And Igor Fraga is more of an unknown. I'm looking forward to seeing Super Formula starting, and so should you be. Subscribe as I'll cover most of the season throughout 2025. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Who do you think will be the champion in 2025? Thank you very much for watching and subscribing, and have a good one.